Welcome guys. In this video I will show you how we can create dynamic arrays in Excel VBA. In other programming languages, arrays are fully dynamic. We don't have to worry about the size of arrays. For example, in Python, if I create a list, L is an empty list, and I want to add some item to list for I in a range. For example, I want to add 10 items to this list. So L.append I, and let's print this list. If I run this Python file, you can see we have 10 items inside list. If I increase this from 11 to 21 and run this, you can see it added 20 items to the list. So we don't have to worry about the size of the list. Python will take care of that. So how we can do the same thing in Excel VBA for arrays? So let me show you other examples. So this is collections, and this is a print iterable function which take collections or arrays and print into immediate window. So let me open immediate window. Shortcut is Ctrl+G. If I run this procedure, you can see we have 8 items inside collections. If I increase the size from 8 to, let's say, 20 and run this procedure again, you can see we have 20 items inside this collection. So collection is like a list in Python, but we want arrays to be dynamic as well. Let's see how this static array works. For example, if I have declared array as from 1 to 8, this is fixed size arrays. So if I run this procedure, you can see we have 8 items inside this array. If I want to add 9 items to this array, this will give me error, subscript out of range, because arrays are not dynamic by default in Excel VBA. Arrays are of fixed size, and this is also array, but I have created some functions that this array is dynamic. For example, if I want to add 8 items to this array, you can see we have added 8 items to this array. If I increase this from 8 to 20 and run this, you can see we have 20 items inside this arrays. But you might thinking, why we need arrays if we have collections? So there are some useful functions in VBA which only support Excel VBA arrays, not collections or dictionaries. For example, if I show you this is collection and I want to join all the items inside collection, for example, debug.print join and call join by, let's say, pipe. If I run this, you can see this give me error because join only support VBA arrays, not objects like collections. If I do the same thing for arrays, let's see, debug.print join array join by the pipe symbol. Let me open immediate window. Let's comment this. Sorry, this should be 8. You can see it join all the items inside array by the delimiter, which is pipeline. We can also do other stuff like we can let's say array equal to filter, and I want to remove text1. So source array is array and match is text1. Include false. This will filter this array. So the filter function only work for arrays. That's why we need arrays, not collections, to be dynamic. If I print this array using the join function, array and delimiter, let's say VBA elif, new line character, so we can see can't assign to array. Let's create a new array, dim a equal you can see, so let's comment this line as well. You can see it removed text1 from this array. If you want only items which has text1, then set this to true. And let's run this again. You can see we only get text1. It filter out the arrays. So that's why we need Excel arrays to be dynamic, not collections. So I will show you how this works. I've added a new module, and let's create a simple procedure. Private sub dynamic arrays. So dim array. If you want to resize your arrays later, do not put array size here. Put it here, redim array from 1 to, let's say 0 to 4, which is 5. Dim I is long for I equal 1 to 5. Next, array I minus 1, because here array start from 0, equal to text and I. So this is static array. Let me show you. Let me copy the print function here so that we can see what's inside our arrays. Print iterables array. We can see we have 5 items inside the array. If I add 6th item to array, this will give us the same error, subscript out of range, but we can check if I minus 1 is greater than U bound of this array, then let's write redim preserve array from 0 to U bound of array plus 1. U bound is the upper bound of array, in this case 4. 4 is the U bound of this array and 0 is L bound of this array. So how this works? Let me open watch window and add this array to the watch window here. Okay. We have added text1 here. Let's add another text 2, 3, 4, 5, and now you can see I minus 1, 5, which is greater than 4. So this will redim preserve this array. Preserve mean this will preserve the existing item of this array and increase the dimensions. So from 0 to u bound, which is 4 plus 1. So this will be 5. You can see from 0 to 5 and preserve the existing items. So let's see, it added 6 here, and now we have 6 items. But imagine if we have, if we have 20 items, then this line will recreate a new array and preserving the existing items for every iteration. This is so inefficient. VBA will have to recreate this array for every iteration. So inefficient. Every time array will be created. So how we can make this efficient? So let's create another procedure, private sub append array. This will take array and the array index. You want to add something to this array at this index, and this will be of type long, and array size of type long, and the text you want to append to this array of type variant. If you didn't specify the type of the variable, by default this will be of type variant. So let's add array at array index is equal to text. We have to declare some variable here, dim array size equal 4, dim array index equals 0. If you want to start from 0, then from array index to array size, and now you have to simply say append array, passing the array index, array size, and the text you want to append to this array. Let's see how this works. Okay, this is no dynamic arrays, this is static array. Let's call this array list. Okay. We have the same array as before, and we want to add something to this array at this specific index. So text is added, then you can see it added next text in the same index, text 2. So we have to increase the index by 1. Array index equal to array index plus 1. Okay, now let's rerun this. Text 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this will give us error. So how to handle this? We have to check if array index is greater than array size, then double the size plus some buffer. So array size equal to array size times 2 plus 2. Double the size of array plus 2 buffer plus 2 buffer. Okay, now redim preserve array from 0 to array size. Now why this is efficient than the previous example? So I will show you. Okay, let's add 50 items to this array. One, two, three, four, 5. And now it check if array index is greater than array size, and it is greater than array size, then this will double the size of the array. So array size times 2 plus 2, and this will preserve the existing items and resize this array from 0 to 10. Now you can see we have added 6 more items to this array, empty items. Now we can add more, 7, 8, 9. You can see this redeem preserve function will not run until this is greater than array size. So this will run again. This is 11 and this is 10. So this will double the size plus 2 buffer. So 22, yes, and redeem preserve. You can see it double the size of arrays. Okay. So why this is efficient? In this example, we are recreating and preserving the existing items of this array at every iteration. Let's see how much time we are recreating the array. So debug.print array recreated. So how much time the array has been recreated for 50 items. Let's comment this line. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 times for 50 items array is recreated. Now in this case, let's see how much time array is recreated. Array recreated. This is 20 items compared to this was 50 items. For this array was recreated only 4 times. Now let's see for 20 items. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see this is so inefficient compared to this one. You can increase the initial size of arrays. For example, if I set it to 8 and run this again, you can see now it recreated only 3 times. So this is so efficient. Also, Python in all the programming languages use the same technique. They have also fixed type arrays in the backend, and when their index is reached their array size, they also double the array size. So Python and all other programming language use the same technique to dynamically increase your list or array size. we have seen in the example of Python. So now I will create a class module, so we don't have to read all these variables in our another module. So let's create a class module and add some private variable here. So private array list, this will be of type variant. Private array size is long. Private, it's on the same line. Array index is also long. Now let's create a class initialize procedure. This procedure will run whenever a new class has been created. So array size equal to 7, array index equal to 0, and redeem array list from array index to array size. Okay, now I will add another method to this class, private sub append, like in Python, and what you want to append. And here we have to check if array index is greater than array size, then double the size of array. Array size equal to array size times 2 plus some buffer. Why the buffer is necessary? For example, if array size is set to 0, then 0 times 0 will be always 0. So the array will never be increases. Array size will never be increases. So that is why the buffer is necessary. Okay, so now let's read and preserve the array list from 0 to array size. Okay, and then array list at array index equal to text, and array index equal to array index plus 1. So I will show you in this example how class module look like. Let's copy this, or simply, okay, let's copy this. Let's comment this, and we don't need these variables. We have to write, sorry, I will rename this class from class 1 to, let's say, array list, then al as new array list. Okay, and I want to append al dot, sorry, we have to make this this procedure public. So al dot append this. Now let's see if it works or not. Alt HV. Yes, it worked. Let's see. Inside this class we have array list. Let's expand it, and we can see we have 50 items, or 51 items, and some empty spaces inside this arrays. So it works. Okay, and now I want to create another method inside this class, public function. This will be function which return an array. So to array as variant. Okay, so this will return the exact array that we have populated. I will show you what that means. You can see we have 51 items inside this array, but some empty spaces. We don't want these empty spaces, so that is why we have to create a nested arrays. Some other arrays, for example, dim array dim array from 0 to array index -1. This is the index. On the base of this index, we are populating array. So dim I is long for I equal L bound of array to U bound of array, and the next array of it I equal to array list it I, and at the end to array equal to array. Return this array. So let's see. Let's print this array. al dot to array. Okay, now I will show you how our array look like. How our array look. We have 50 items and some empty spaces. So if I run this till the end and show you the return array, you can see we don't have these empty spaces. We have the exact arrays that we want. So and this will print 50 items. So this is a useful class. We don't need these variables, and also if you want to return only the populated arrays, not the empty spaces here, you can write redim preserve array list from 0 to array index -1. This will also do the same thing like this, but we don't want to modify our original array. That's why I have created a new array and return this array. So this is fully dynamic arrays. You can add 100 items here or 1000 items here, and sorry, we have to. If you don't need class module, you simply need this function and these variables. Okay, but if you need class module, then write this code in your class module. This is a few lines of code, and it will make your array fully dynamic. So let's say dynamic array class, and if I run this, we have 100 items. If I run this for 150, we have 150 items. This is fully dynamic arrays now. We can add other methods like clear, for example, public sub clear redeem array list from 0 to 7, the initial size, or we can say array size equal to 7, array index equal to 0, and simply copy this line. This will redeem. If you didn't specify the preserve keyword, this will remove everything from your current array. For example, I will show you example. If we have 40 items inside array and al.clear, so let's see. If I run this, this is class and this is our arrays. We have 40 items here. Okay, if I clear this array, you can see everything's gone and we have clear arrays by the default arrays. And if I say 2 arrays, then from 0 to array index -1, this will give us error. So we can specify a condition here. If array index, or we can use a built-in function, worksheet function dot max array index or 0. So if array index is less than 0, this function will return 0. If array index is greater than 0 or 0, then array index will be returned to this. So max function will do all the things. Okay, so this is for today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, and also you can download this class module from my GitHub account. Please give it a star. Thank you for watching.